Let's go over to the arrival. We can start with the cover. I don't know. It's
us.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know.
This was something that came from Nuclear Blast. And we were like, it's kind of obvious. But we had nothing else, so we said, okay, let's do it. And that's usually in the past how we were deciding things. Whatever came in our lap, we're like, can we do it better? No? Okay, then we keep it. A little bit.
Yeah.
Because we had no one that could do things for us. And so we just took it and ran.
On the Arrival album, we went back more or less to the roots, to the classic Hypocrisy sound and style that we feel most comfortable with. I think it went automatically, and after the Catch-22 album that we had been experienced a little bit with new stuff, we felt that maybe go back to the roots and do what we do best. On the album, you got many songs, fast songs, you got mid-tempo songs and slow songs, the classic Hypocrisy way.
Eraser, like we said, was an effort from all three of us. Even the lyrics. Yeah. That didn't happen before.
No.
But on this one, it was definitely all three.
Yeah.
So no one to blame there, except all three.
I remember the recording of the album, especially the song Eraser. And we were in the studio and jamming around, and I was sitting and came up with a bass line for the song. The other guys were thinking it sounded cool. So they started to create riffs after that, one by one. And we just took turn, and came up with new ideas. And after more or less a day, the song was done. When we look back now, it's maybe one of the most important songs in the history of Hypocrisy.
Stillborn, I don't know. It's 20 years ago. I don't know what I was thinking when I was writing lyrics, for example. And we don't know what we were thinking when we were writing the riffs and things. So, I mean, it's really hard to tell.
Other songs on the album, Slaves to the Parasites, it's a really cool song. Departure, also a cool song with a nice atmosphere in it.
This time I actually had some help with the lyrics as well, plus you and Mikael. So we had Dan Svanu did a few lyrics because my mind was just out. I couldn't really focus on anything. So he did a few songs. Dimmu Borgir.
Silenoz.
I always call him Sven. But anyhow, he wrote the lyric.
Peter approached me while we were still on tour in Europe, I think it was. And this was in 2003, and they were working on a new Hypocrisy album. He asked me if I wanted to contribute with some lyrics. Being friends with Peter for so long already, I thought it was an honor to be asked even. And so I told him I would see what I could do, I remember vaguely that this was probably one of the late night sessions on the bus, early in the morning or whatever. So I went ahead when I got home from the tour, and the song title New World came to my mind, and then basically I wrote after that title and sent it off to Peter, and then whatever he used from those words, I don't know, but I think some of it ended up at least on the album, which I'm really proud of being part of the Hypocrisy album.
And we actually recorded it on tour with them.
Yeah, in Portugal.
In Portugal, yeah. Because I had the music with me, so we just went into the studio and he handed me the sheets. And maybe I did a little bit on the song as well, but he mainly wrote the lyrics.
Yeah.
So that was a different experience to be on tour and then go into the studio before you go up on stage. So it was kind of weird.
We did a lot of touring with Hypocrisy back in 2003. We did both a US tour and a European tour together. And I mean, there's so many stories from back then. A lot of stuff we don't remember because it's mostly a blur. But I remember, I don't know if it was in Spain or Finland, but I think this was even before soundcheck at one of the shows. I drank moonshine from Peter's sneaker in the bus. And that's how we went back then, the rest is history.
It's not so much to say about it, except there was a lot of people involved in it. when it came to lyrics. But music, we all did ourselves.
After the arrival, we did some really cool shows. I mean, we played Wacken 2004. It was the first time we could play on the biggest stage. I remember that day as it was yesterday. You know, it was unbelievable to stand on stage and see all the crowd. A really nice memory.
There is no time, no time to forget. The reasons here twist your mouth.
I don't know who did what and whatever, but does it matter?
No,
As long as the song is
it's
good.
It's good.
Yeah, so there you go. And now you have it on vinyl, and I think some of it are remastered, if I'm not totally stupid. Most likely I am. So enjoy the albums.
Yeah, enjoy.
It's really good. See you. Bye.
Bye.